welcome to the Survivor to Thriver show with your transformation guru, Samia Bano. Are you overcoming big challenges in your life? Do you want to transform the world? Is fear holding you back from taking the bold action you need to create massive positive change? If so, keep listening and transform that fear into freedom. Hey, welcome back to the Survivor to Thriver show. Today we're going to be talking about the gift of fear. That's right. Our fear actually has many wonderful gifts to give us. Today we're just going to be talking about one of those very wonderful gifts, and that is the gift of growth. Growth in our courage, growth in our strength, growth in our capacity to live life in much, much bigger and bolder ways. Just think about it. When you were a child, how many times did you have the experience of feeling afraid of something or the other? But you not only felt afraid, but you also learned how to face those fears and manage those fears and transform those fears, break through those fears. And because you did, so many new opportunities, so many new possibilities opened up for you in your life of things you could do and who you could be. Just imagine if you had not learned to manage and break through and transform the fears that you had as a child, what would your life be like today? Maybe when you were a child, you felt afraid of the dark, or you felt afraid of learning how to bike or swim, or you felt afraid going to school on your first day, or if you were like a shy kid, maybe you felt afraid of being in different kinds of social situations. If you hadn't learned how to face those fears, how to manage them, how to break through them, how to transform them, what would your life be like today? I mean, imagine if you were one of those kids who felt afraid of going to school on their first day. What would have happened if you had refused to face that fear at that time and refused to go to school? What would have happened if the adults around you who were responsible for you, what if they had even supported you in not going to school because you felt afraid? And so you never went to school. But that is not what happened. If you had been left to your own devices, perhaps you may have made the decision to just run away from your fears and not face them. But you are not alone. The adults around you understood that, hey, it's very natural for you to be experiencing this fear. And they understood that the best thing they could do for you, the best way they could show you their love, is by actually helping you to face your fear and helping you and supporting you in learning how to manage it and break through it and transform it into a positive opportunity for yourself, an opportunity for learning and growth. True or true? Now the thing is that just as your fear gave you the gift of growth when you chose to face your fears as a child again and again and again and again. The same is true of when you face fears in your life now. So I want you to think about what is a fear that you're experiencing in your life right now, that perhaps you have been running away from, refusing to face. And I want you to really think about, why are you choosing to run away from that fear? Why are you choosing not to face that fear and say yes to the gift of growth that it has to offer you? In most cases, when we choose to run away from our fears, it is simply because we are feeling overwhelmed by that fear. Meaning that the particular challenge, the particular context within which we experience the fear, we don't know how to effectively deal with that challenge. We don't know what the solution may be to that particular challenge. But just because you don't know the solution to the particular challenge that you are dealing with, does that mean no solution exists? No, of course not. In fact, I can bet you that whatever the challenge is that you are dealing with, other people have dealt with something similar. And not only have they dealt with it as in they've experienced the problem, but they have also figured out the solutions and implemented the solutions. The solutions exist. There's always a solution to any problem. There's always a solution. You just have to find the solution. Now, as you begin to look for your solution, be aware that there are 2 levels at which the solution has to be implemented. There are 2 levels at which the challenge that is evoking your fear is playing out. The first level of challenge plays out in the context of your psychology. That means your thinking and your feeling. And the big question there is, are you able to choose how you think, feel, or is your thinking and feeling just a reaction to whatever is going on around you? If you are not in control of how you think and feel, you will also not be able to stay in control of how you act. Because the way we think and the way we feel has a causal impact on the way we act. So if you're going to be in control of how you act, you have to learn how to be in control of how you think and feel. For example, let's say the problem you're dealing with is that you're unhappy in your relationship because you feel that the way you're being treated in the relationship is unfair. But you are scared of speaking up. You're scared of the consequences of speaking up. And so you stay silent. In this scenario, you know what you need to do. You need to speak up. Like if you're going to be able to create positive change in your relationship, you need to speak up, express what you're thinking, express what you're feeling and needing and wanting. Because if you don't, nothing's going to change, will it? So you know what needs to be done. But because your fear is in control of you, you're not in control of your actions. You're not able to do what you know you need to do. On the other hand, if you are in control of your feelings, you can choose to create and maintain the feelings that you desire that serve you best. For example, in this context, if you're able to choose to feel at peace, choose to feel happy, choose to feel confident, then speaking up for what you need, for what you want, is no big deal. Because when you're feeling happy, when you're feeling peaceful, when you're feeling confident, empowered, speaking up is not a problem, is it? So you need to be able to master your psychology, master how you think, master how you feel, and therefore, thereby, master how you act. This is level 1, the first level at which you need to learn how to transform your fear into freedom. And once you have learned this, level 2, at which the problem plays out, becomes very simple to deal with, right? Because what's level 2? Level 2 is all about looking at the specific situation, the specific scenario, the specific environment and context within which you're experiencing the fear. And then taking the appropriate action that needs to be taken to create positive change in that situation, in that environment, in that context. Right? So for example, the action steps that you need to take in a situation where you're stuck in an unhealthy relationship are different from the actions that you will need to take if the challenge or the situation within which you're feeling the fear is related to, hey, I'm stuck in this job that I'm miserable in, that I don't like to do this work. But again, it's like as long as you are the master of your psychology, you're in control of how you think and feel and act. See, figuring out the solution at level 2 and taking the action at level 2 becomes very easy. Because it's just stuff that needs to get done, and it's no longer a big deal for you to do that stuff, right? Because you are able to choose to feel empowered, to feel confident, to feel at peace, to feel content, and so on and so forth. So if you want to get off the emotional roller coaster, if you want to be in control of your well-being, then make it one of your top priorities to learn how to master your psychology, learn how to master how you think and feel and act. And if that is something you find yourself struggling with, please do not continue to struggle with it on your own. Reach out for help and support. And make sure that the person you reach out to is someone who has been there and done that, like been where you want to go and done what you want to do. In the context of transforming your fear into freedom, make sure that the mentor, the guide that you choose is someone who has mastered the process of transforming fear into freedom. Not only as a matter of having lived through that process, but also has mastered that process at a conscious level and at the level of being able to communicate effectively and teach effectively what that process is. I'm one of the people that you can reach out to for this support and guidance. So if this is something you find yourself struggling with, please go to my website at academyofthriving.com, click on the Contact Us page, and you'll see how we can connect. I look forward to hearing from you and supporting you in your journey of transformation of your fear into freedom. And until next time, I wish you lots of peace and joy.